Law of attraction, does it work? What is law of attraction? How does it work? Can we get this into a 10-minute helpful video? Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have a negative bit of information about law of attraction, but I'm also going to have some positives, so don't worry. If you're a law of attraction fan, I'm not going to pull the rug from under your feet until right at the end. But let's look at law of attraction. Law of attraction is apparently a law, the same law as Isaac Newton's gravity, that you can have a thought, and you can, because this thought is invisible atoms, it can connect with invisible atoms out there. This has been scientifically proven, in the sense, not the thought process in general, but the process that certain sort of the smallest elements of matter does have a polarized opposite, which it basically attracts to. And so there's a bit of science that crazily connects with this, although I wouldn't say that it is as bold as a law, as gravity, as rigid as that, but I can understand why they use that terminology with the law of attraction. Now, the law of attraction is that you can manifest thoughts and they can become your reality. Your thoughts become your reality. And the thing that I really love about law of attraction is it has a huge pile of good information for people who suffer with their current existence. So if you want to pick something out there to change your current reality, you can do worse than picking law of attraction. I think it's got some good strong points in law of attraction, but I also think it's got some horrendous flaws. Almost like, do you know how we can talk about the Muslim religion and say it's very kind-hearted to some great Muslim people out there? I've met some great Muslims that just do some great community work. However, the rare individual that's been brainwashed with a different ideology can hijack a plane and fly into a building, killing thousands, millions is a little bit over-exaggerated, thousands of people. So there's an element of darkness within every religion, and law of attraction is a religion. Remember, it's something that you believe in that takes away some sort of probably mental health problem or some sort of distraction from pain and makes you feel good. So don't get law of attraction confused with Christianity. Don't get it confused with science. Do you know what I mean? It is the same. It's a distraction for you. Spirituality, love, whatever your sort of thing is, don't get it mixed up that it's anything different. And the thing that really winds me up about law of attraction is because it's got these great pluses, it will make you realise stuff to be grateful for. It will set you some specific tasks that make you think for once, in most of the time, the right way. That you should turn 95% information in the world into a positive. But you've got to really learn and understand like deeper parts of this philosophy. And there's a few little niggling bits of law of attraction that I don't like. There's parts of it where you can avoid all negativity or not want to help people, even though that person is you and has been you in the past. You seem to have this like, I know law of attraction now and I'm only manifesting positivity. So this strange homeless person that has walked into my path is being attracted by somebody else, and it's not my manifestation of feelings. And I kind of think they sort of do this strange, obnoxious, contradictory polarisation, which is in every other sort of subject, any other subject, like spirituality and the consciousness is love, and anything that's kind of like in that realm of positivity. And I'm not just just talking about the basic mindfulness. I'm talking about deep spiritual gurus saying that consciousness is just love and it's flowing through our veins and we have to accept it and we also have to share it with the whole world. There's an obnoxious, contradictory element that seems to just bypass like a spirituality bypassing product. And that is, there's still loads of negativity and darkness in their ideology. And one of the most obvious ones to me is take a 2-year-old victim, abused by the mother or father or both or an uncle, completely traumatised, dark, horrendous image to think about. But for me, the law of attraction states that they are vibrating a frequency that attracts abuse. So they have some sort of traumatic vibration already that attracts a further traumatic experience, which will then, I would suppose, make this vibration of trauma even worse, which means they're in for a life of pure toxic crap, which is right for most people who get abused. It's fucking horrendous. They don't really ever live life ever again. And I've asked law of attraction experts to describe their answer to this. How can a 2-year-old be sort of manifesting the thoughts of how they want something really dark and tragic to happen to them? Because I don't believe that's true. I can't see how we would develop feelings of that. I don't understand how opportunist perpetrators would be drawn into a young victim because of a manifestation of thoughts. I don't really buy into that scientific argument. However, law of attraction states this is true, this is happening. And they have one main theory, and I think this theory is their answer, that kind of is their answer, that means they don't have to answer it, because they can't answer it. But this is their answer, and it's a very brilliant answer. It's an answer from a very intelligent person that I'm not even going to argue that it's true or false. I'm just going to tell you what it is and let you make up your own mind. But they call it karma, and they say that a 2-year-old is paying some sort of karma debt off from their past, and this has to be paid off in full in their life. And this life could be endless lives, 10 lives of constant abuse, pain, torture, toxic crap, until you repay this debt to the karma law, the law of attraction law, whatever, and then you will have a eternal spirit to the new world, or you will just have everything that you want in one life eventually. Now, I think that's a massive cop-out. I can't see how they provide any evidence for this, and I feel that what's really scary is that intellectual believers of this feel that they don't need to show any physical evidence of this. It's just, I feel love, I feel that what it is, I attract only stuff for me. But it's like, is that truly what law of attraction is? Have we evolved into these animals that can basically manifest thoughts, and the future happens based on our creations? Now, I've also seen evidence of synchronicities happening, and synchronicities are just a better word, or a more real word for more than a coincidence. Coincidences are, I think that my friend will call by the end of the week. It's a mathematical chance that because he calls every week anyway, that's going to happen. That's a coincidence. If I say to you, I think that I'm going to see 17 robins today, and they're all going to land in a perfect line, all around me and they're all going to start dancing, then I've predicted something that if happens, it's like, wow, that's like going into a 1,000,000,000 to 1 opportunity, chance of happening. So I suppose you're just really doing the numbers and crunching numbers on this. But I've seen these things happen, so it's kind of like made me think, wow, I've asked a God, a Lord, to give me some money before, and out of nowhere, 3 days later, bang, I've got some strange refund from that. Just, you never expect to happen, it just never does happen. So there's strange things that kind of show that this world is acting in a really strange way. Or is it our mind that's just putting patterns to stuff because that's what we do? We seem to get something and we say, okay, what's the meaning of this to us, our specific identity? So it's all, I've started this off about the law of attraction, and you see how, for me, the law of attraction can be, and this is just my theory, law of attraction can help you to a certain point. But remember, what made you search for the law of attraction to save you is now the placebo effect that saves you. If you pick anything else, and remember in the past you have, everybody picks certain things, and when they find it does something positive or it makes them feel good, they stick with it, they stay there. Everybody stays where it feels good. This is why you've got spiritual gurus that will not move and will never stop meditating for 10 hours a day, because that feeling is far better than when they were a professor and lived in New York. That was something they couldn't handle, and maybe they just have, these beings are just built like that. They can just have a free mind and they don't want to connect with materialistic stuff, and I understand that, there's a part of that, but there's a lot of religions and loving spirituality stuff out there that I see as just still distracting you from true enlightenment. Enlightenment is another word that I dislike. I don't want to be known as someone enlightened because I just don't like that word. It's like everybody is enlightened in their own way. The homeless man who thinks it's okay to drink a rain puddle is possibly more enlightened than me, who drinks a glass of water out of a tap that has hundreds of chemicals in there that I don't even know what I'm drinking. I just trust in the incompetent government that they've produced a water service for me that's healthy to drink. I don't know why. Maybe this is the thing that kills us when we're 90. Maybe we actually live until we're 300, but we all just drink government tap water. And what I'm trying to say is the perspective of the homeless man drinking the shitty puddle is like, you know what, that's all we are in a nutshell. There's nothing more to it. You can get all the materialistic stuff you want, you can get all your pseudosciences that you want, like law of attraction, and say that I now manifest thoughts that bring me my reality. But I bet you that you're up at 5, completely changing your true reality that you exist in. You will not accept your true reality. So I bet that you are dreaming of a different one. And you find comfort in this place because you believe that it's going to become a reality for you. And 9 times out of 10, if you try hard enough at anything, it will become a reality, and you will believe in the law of attraction even more and say this has manifested. Now what I'm saying is, how many friends have you lost through that process? How many people have you failed to look after and help because you're so busy looking after yourself? Isn't it funny that your board contains material objects rather than cure poverty, find the cure of cancer, save all people who are disrespected or abused? And it doesn't even have to be this far-fetched. I mean, I'm talking Martin Luther King stuff. How come that you'll have a car, an amount of money, a house with a big swimming pool and a cinema, but you won't have a picture of your nan because you're going to move them in when they get old, or your mum and dad, because they're going to be centre stage in this care home that you've fitted instead of the cinema room. And I'm saying that these morals and values aren't there because you've hooked onto a religion. You've hooked onto something that just makes you feel good, and that's okay. But there's a few more boundaries yet to break down, and unfortunately they're painful ones. And your ego will just deny this. You'll just say that I'm mad. But just think about it. I don't care what you do. It doesn't bother me. But just think if there's another boundary out there, greater and more realer, if that's a word, than law of attraction. Don't think anyone can trust any videos now if I just use the word more realer. But yeah, there's a place beyond that. Beyond that lovely mythical story in my eyes, just my theory, and you know what, if it's right, it's right. And I was naive, but I've experienced it. I've tried law of attraction. I've tried it for a long time. It was one of my favourite places to hang out. It's got a lot of positives going for it, but there's some drastic stuff that just still too attached to egos, in egoic egos and spiritual egos, and I'm done with them now. There's a better place than that. There's a place where you just put other people first and the planet first. It's simple as that. Now that's not an enlightened spirit. That's just somebody who's got intelligent, expanded mind, an open mind to view reality, that I should look after every human being because it's just the right thing to do, and I should look after the planet. Now feelings don't come into this. This doesn't make me feel great. What makes me feel great is putting my feet up on the sofa. This is a chore. This is hard work, but that is the purpose for me that I want to hang on to, rather than this rich, materialistic vanity vortex that is just sucking every last life out of me.